One of the things that has always bothered me about well, you can't see it, this car is that this sun visor is just not any good. Now, I took the safety warnings off. Don't do that. But I'm very easily, my eyes are very easily distracted. So it's that car there. But I've never been happy with this. How many times have I used this? None. There's a little light up in the upper surround around the windscreen. So our object for today is going to be make an extension, because when I'm driving and the sun's hitting me on my left side, we're in America, so steering wheel's on the left side, don't, generally. Had a few right-hand drive cars, but I digress. So, but when I'm sitting back and I pull the visor over to get the sun from hitting me right on the side of my left side of my face, it doesn't work very well. I got a bunch of stuff going today. So what I'm going to do is, gotta clean that up, huh? Is I'm gonna make an extender here. So when I pull it back, got plenty of plexiglass, I'm gonna make a little slider right here. Like I said, I don't care about the mirror. I'll give up the dumb mirror, because there's a mirror in the middle of over here anyway. So why you need a mirror there? So if you need a mirror that bad, just go to the bathroom. So I'm going to cut this with my plexiglass cutter and clean that up. Like I said, let's put it down here for now. And I am going to get some Gorilla Tape and a plexiglass cutter, and I'll probably run down to the where there's plexiglass cutter there, and we are going to make a little extension, maybe not more than 2 or 3 inches. I'm going to draw it out. Don't matter what you draw on it, because I'm going to paint it black anyway. So we'll see what we can do. This will be fun. Okay, so I've got it drawn out here about what I think I'm going to do, and this will give me enough room to get some Gorilla Tape where I want it, and so it's going to go this way. Okay, I'm going to round off those edges on the grinder. We're going to go make it clear of the little latch right there, and we're going to just kind of put it right here. I'm going to let it kind of overlap off the tip a little bit, so you can have a little place not only to grab, but you get a little bit more sun protection when the sun's in front of you. I'm going to do all this down in the barn. I think that's a better way to do it. I'm going to do not all of this. I'm going to do the cutting out of this and try to do my best to kind of relieve the edges. Boy, let me tell you, that's tricky on plexiglass. It's going to be a real tricky cut, but I think I'll be able to do it. What I'm reckoning is that I'll probably, if you've never cut plexiglass, you basically drag this edge across it and it gouges it out, and it kind of heats it up and fractures it. And if you do that enough times to where you're really like sick and tired of doing it, it'll just fall out and you'll be fine. So I think I'm going to cut these square and try to just hook this and hook that, and then go to the grinder and get the edges off. If you do that, remember the fumes off this stuff is really horrible. So make sure the garage doors are open. I think it's time for me to change clothes too, since I'm going to be going down there. Okay. I wish those windows would have fit over there, but they didn't. Okay. So here I am at my big table saw, and I always like put a cloth down, and then we're just going to, so the way you do this is you just drag toward yourself with this thing. Be careful, don't hurt yourself. Be sure and have a little edge off the thing, and I like this to keep you from shoving the thing down into metal or scratching something or whatever. So let's get started. Okay, I've cut this probably 10 times, and you end up with these little streaks. Now the trick now is to cut it on this side, and that'll fracture it for sure. And if you want to, sometimes on stuff like this, do this little bit here first and then do this. You know, try not to do it all in one, you know, just do the parts you can manage, but it's about ready to snap. Okay, I've cut and I've back cut, and we're going to just see if this snaps off now. Can't break. Don't go too fast. There you go. Trick is the curve. See, now I've got it. It's free there. So let's just see what happens here. There you go. So that's part of the battle. Just have to be very patient. And so see if I can get the rest of this going. Alright, now that you got all this work into it, you got to be even extra careful. So, like I said, I'm going to go to the grinder and just take that little edge off so it'll move. Oh, I wanted to look for some felt. Oh, that's right. Let me go do that. Okay, well, let's see how I did. So, as you can tell, it's been about 5 or 10 minutes later. I scored both sides. Let's see if we get that cracking noise here. So pushing on, there you go. This is where the rubber hits the road. Okay. Or the plexiglass hits the towel. Okay. Just push on. Oh, I was going to say another little thing. When you make your initial cut, choke up on this thing like you learn how to play baseball or softball, and you get a lot more guide when you go here, and then go back where you get a little bit more downforce. Think of all this stuff when I'm not doing the camera bit. Okay, crack, bang. And I've always kind of felt like if you get it to crack in the easy spots, it'll carry its way around to the hard spots. Okay, here we go. This is a big part here. Okay, see, now I cracked on the bad part here. That's okay. If I was doing this two-handed, it'd be better. Let's try it on the other side. There you go. There you go. I think, well, I lost my little wing there. Okay, don't care about that, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. Okay, that really don't want to come. Because I can super glue it. Well, that really don't want to come. I'm gonna have to cut on that some more. Well, I tried real hard, but that's okay. We'll fix it. Don't matter. It's just a sun visor. So there's your error right there. Let's get that out of there. I thought of something else because it's broken. Plexiglass and super glue. Come on. Tired of messing with you. I want this little piece right here. There you go. There's your little piece right there. And you can just chop that off, that little spike right there with a little bit of something else. So we're going to super glue that on there with some zip kicker. Get a file or something. Probably a file would be better there. So, but what I'm going to say here too, I'm not going to even bother opening the doors. Now that I have this new controller here, I can get the speed down on this. But when you're doing plexiglass or something, don't even do it, okay? You hit it this way. But now that I have that, it's cool. But let's glue this on there first. I think I am going to open the back doors just to make sure I got enough air. Okay, so we should be able to go here now. Oh, gotta turn it on. There you go. See, I'm going to use both hands, but now I can kind of clean these edges off. It's not so bad. Just look at them now. And then, let me take that. to do this one-handed. There you go. That's all you need right there. Don't push your luck. Okay. There you go. All right. And I didn't even hardly smell a thing, so good. Let's super glue it, put my little pull thing on it. Well, that was the first time I've used this controller for this. How cool is that, huh? Let's go back up to the house because my battery's running out anyway. Okay, back up at the house, and I'm going to test this out now. Now, this band was here, I guess, to hold your driver's license or something. I don't know. That came from the factory that way. So now I fixed that wing. I didn't talk about that, but I put little marks on it, and it's fine. And I put my little grab piece right there of glue. Let that kind of zip kick out of there. So I can just use that a little bit, huh? That'll be fine. So I think I want it to go the other way. Something to remember there, isn't it? Okay, let me get it back tucked into this little thing. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I want right there. Should have an up and a down mark on it, huh? Yeah, because I wanted to clear that. Right here. Now, say to yourself, how many times did you use that mirror? Okay, so there's what we look like now. And, dang, that just might almost work just like that. But I got this material stuff. That's actually old air cleaner stuff, and I was going to kind of make it a little bit more stable. I think that's all I need to do. I don't think I need to go as big as I thought, because that thing there really helped. But see, if you wanted to use your mirror, just move that up and move that over, and there you go. All right, so let me go paint this thing black. At least from like here down. You don't need to paint the whole thing black. Don't waste your materials. That's pretty cool. So you just grab right there on it, and all right. Well, you got to think of stuff. I've only had this car for a good number of years, and I've thought about doing this over the years, but anyway, yeah. I think I'm gonna just do a light touch here with that. Okay. Well, all right. That goes there. Oh, the flat black is down in the... Well, let me cut this before I go back there and paint it. Alrighty, I got that cut to fit, and I'm going to put it up on this edge here so it'll slide easier. And all I need is just a little bit of Gorilla Tape. I might just put some little strips there. I think that's all you would need. I don't think you need much more than that. So maybe put some right here and some around the edges, and then that's all you need. I keep thinking of other things, but I think this is going to be fine. I'll show you what it looks like here in the end. You don't need to watch me paint anything or do anything like that. Okay, this thing here's a lifesaver. Okay, I'm kind of feeling a little nervy here about that. Let's tear that down a little bit. So I've got it captured. I've got it here, and here, and here, and we're going to put it back here. Try not to touch the glass with the tape. Clean this off. I forgot to say that. I cleaned it off with a little bit of window cleaner. Okay, and then we do this. And that's really all I need for it to come out is right there. And you just push it back in. Well, it ain't going to do you any good being clear, so let's go out there and make it not clear. Okay, spray paint. I think we can bypass that little step on the video anyway. Okay, here we are, sitting in the car. Yar. Okay, let's see. Don't lose that thing right there. Okay, ooh, I did see. There's the light I was telling you about. Alright, so let's put it all up there. It's only 2 screws, and there they are. And so let's see how this works. Okay, I'm gonna put my seat back a little bit. Okay, and then there that is. Let's make sure, you gotta make sure that's all the way in to hit this little divot here. So if you wanted to, you could pull it down right here and fill in that little dead spot right there, although the cambot's kind of doing that. But look at that. You can do that if you felt like it. Facing forward. Alright. Hey, that closes better. This one makes kind of a flappy noise. Okay, well, that's not going to interfere with me that way at all. So let's get this out of here. And let's pull it around here. Nice to have that little grabby bit there. Look at that. That makes a lot of difference. Alright. You know what might... Nah. I was thinking I might tape it right here, but I don't think I need to do that. Alright, let's put my seat back up. Seat back up. Seat back. So, there it is that way, and there it is that way. I can tell by just sitting here. That's better. Alright, well, that's all there is. And you know, got to remember that if you don't put it back in, you're going to slap yourself in the head. Alright, but that is definitely better. Because I was having to put my seat up to get this part of the sun visor to help me with if the sun's over there. So, and you know how it is when you're driving, it's down in the fall or something, you go past all the woods and the sunlight comes through and just beats you up like a Gatling gun of sun there. Okay, so there you go, and there you go, and there you go, and there you go. Thumbs up, and hope you do that. And we're gonna leave that way off, so I'll remember to fix it. And subscribe, and I'm gonna go get a cool drink. I've done a whole lot today, so we'll talk to you later. Thanks for spending time with me. And it's a dark, dreary, cold day, and I love every second of it. I love days like this. All right, bye-bye. Some bee coming. What is that thing? Well, it's one of them kind of trucks. Them dirt hauling trucks. They do make a lot of noise. Okay, bye-bye. Almost for a second there, thought it was a plane.